Yo, 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 yo. What up, Common Sense community, crowd, crew, Issue X, back again for another episode of Focus. That is Final Order, Cutoff, Uncanny Spec. We're going to cover the keys, first appearances, first cover appearances, number one issues for close of FOC 319 2023 and 320 2023. 4 books releasing 3 weeks out. Shout out to you all. Shout out to all the people. You know what we do. It's only going to be keys here. It's only going to be first appearances. It's only going to be first cover appearances. Number one issues. You know what time it is. So we're going to get into it. First things first. Let me drop this banner. I want you to peep the scroll at the bottom of the screen. Like and follow Comic Sense on Facebook and join our Comic Sense Facebook group. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Don't just go there and do nothing. Follow Comic Sense on Instagram and find us on the Twitter. Good morning to everyone. Hope you all got your coffee. Hope everyone's awake. Listen, spring is here. We're feeling it. Comics. Don't be Wednesday Warriors. Don't be Wednesday Warriors. There's no need. There's no need to be Wednesday Warriors. Tune in to Focus every Tuesday morning at 7:30 a.m. Find out exactly what you should be looking for. Call your local comic shop. Have it pulled. Add it to your pull list. Whatever the case may be. Make your phone calls. Call your people. Do it in advance so that you don't have to warrior on Wednesday. So, I'm going to check your comments. Shout out to everyone that's in the room. Then we're going to get right into it. You know the deal. We're going to open up Lunar. We're going to go into Lunar. Then we're going to open up Diamond. We're going to go into Diamond. We're going to cover everything. Shout out to the homie Jerry Whitman, Peter Maresca. Shout out to the homegirl Rattles Boko, Yaniri King, Chris Sheepdog Shepherd. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning all around. Let's get into it. First things first, man. You're messing with the... Love that song. Here we go. I'm going to add... Make sure you can see that, and you can. So, our first book, we like a specific cover. I'm going to tell you why. This is Multiversity. Harley Screws Up the DCU #1. Here is your 1 in 50 copy incentive done by Chad Harden. It is a card stock variant. And then we have your 1 in 25 Riley Rossmo card stock variant. And we have cover B. This is done by Logan Fairber. And cover A, which is the cover that we like. Cover A. We like cover A. All things being equal, you want cover A. Multiversity. Tons of characters on there. Possibly multiverse iterations of some of your favorite or well-known DC characters. This is done by Amanda Connor. Multiversity, Harley Screws Up the DCU #1. Written by Frank Thierry, artist Logan Fairber, cover artist Amanda Connor. Harley's back in Coney for a long overdue reunion with old friends, old haunts, and old time machine. You heard right. A mysterious benefactor has left Harley a time machine. And after giving it about a half of a second of a thought, she decides to take it for a joyride. What could go wrong, right? Funny you should ask. Turns out a quick trip through time can screw up a few things, namely the entire DC universe. Multiversity, Harley Screws Up the DCU #1, written by Amanda Connor. That is Multiversity #1. We like that book. Next up, well, we got another Sandman book. All of these Sandman entries are pretty dope. This is a new Sandman book. This is Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country, The Glass House #1. So let's see what we have here. These long names, right? Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country, The Glass House #1. And we have cover F, cardstock variant by Yoshitaka Amano. It is a wraparound cardstock variant. Very gorgeous, in the vein of David Mack. And then we have your 1 in 100 copy incentive. Obviously, you can tell Jenny Frisson from a mile away. Really dope Jenny Frisson cover, 1 in 100 copy incentive. And then your Amano, Yoshitaka Amano foil 1 in 50 variant. Assuming this is a wraparound as well. And then you have your 1 in 25 Raphael Albuquerque variant. And then you have your Rod Rice, very dope cover B. And cover A by Reiko Murakami. This is written by James Tynion IV. Artist Lissandro Esterin. Cover artist Reiko Murakami. The Corinthian has been turned loose on our realm once more, and this time he sets his sights on the very root of rapacious American capitalism, Silicon Valley. His relentless pursuit of the smiling man will carve a bloody path from the C-suite of profit capital to the bowels of a demonic nightclub, and no one will be safe from his reach. Not Ken, living large in the Bay Area since parting ways with Barbie all those years ago. Not Max, a nervous hedge fund manager on the rise who's never quite fit anywhere. Not anyone. This is Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country, The Glass House #1, James Tynion, Lissandro Esterin, Reiko Murakami. And finally, from DC Comics, we got a first appearance in #1 of this particular book. We are getting a possible first appearance or first full appearance in #2 of Unstoppable Doom Patrol. This is Unstoppable Doom Patrol #2. And they're going to tell us what time it is. So we have your glow in the dark cardstock variant done by Jeff Spokes. Glow in the dark cover there. Then we have your 1 in 25 Jorge Molina variant. Love the coat on that coat. And then we have your Alan Qua cover B. And finally, cover A by Chris Burnham. This is written by Dennis Culver, cover artist Chris Burnham. Explore the world's strangest superheroes, new headquarters, the shelter, as they welcome their brand new member. This is how you spec. Brand new member, the Worm. Catch up with Niles Calder, Mental, Flex, Metallo, and more as we learn terrible secrets that could bring the new team to their knees before they even have a chance to get started. There's a traitor in their midst, and it's not who you think. Unstoppable Doom Patrol gave us the first cover appearance of Beast Girl. Now we're getting a first cover appearance of the Worm. Brand new member to Doom Patrol. This is how you spec. That is what it is. If you are only using Key Collector for spec, it is not spec. It is disrespect. Several things go into it. Several things. Starting with reading the synopsis of books that are dropping each week. It helps if you're actually reading the books as well, but not everybody has time to do that. Just throwing that out there. Okay, then we are going to move along. We're done with Lunar. Shout out to everyone in the room hanging out with us. Issue 1 did drop, Peter. We are now on issue #2 coming up. Issue 1 did drop. It should be out. If it didn't drop already, it should be dropping in a week or two. It should be dropping in a week or two. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Harley. You're right. You're right. Yo, this is why unlike other YouTube shows, I check the comments. I kick it with the people in the commentary because Peter is correct. Harley screws up the DCU #1 already dropped. We are actually should be talking about #2. Peter is a dope supporter of Comic Sense. Shout out to you. Thank you. Because we should be talking about #2. Can we get that? And there's an A cover that I like on #2, which is the reason why I mentioned earlier we like the A cover. Let's do this. I just want to pull up DC once again so you can see that. And this is what I wanted to show you. Apologize for showing you issue #1 and it already dropped. We are talking about issue #2. This is your 1 in 25 John McCree cardstock variant. It gives us an homage to that classic race between Flash and Superman. Here is your cover B featuring Harley, Batmite, dinosaurs, Superman logos, and the cover A featuring 2 Harleys. That is the cover we like. Cover A featuring a second Harley, a multiversal iteration of Harley Quinn. We like first cover appearances. This is what you're getting. This is your Amanda Connor cover. You already know who wrote it. Frank Thierry, artist Logan Fairber, cover artist Amanda Connor. Harley's come face to face with the most unexpected ally, herself. But just when this strange Quinn copy, who is this strange Quinn copy and what the heck is she doing on this strange alternate Earth, devoid of heroes and overrun by startled versions of Harley's best friends? Here's a hint. It has something to do with Harley screwing up the DCU. Shout out to Peter, because that is actually the book I want to cover. Was a clerical error on my part. I actually put #2 down. Don't know why I chose to go with #1, which already dropped. We like #2. we like the A cover of number 2, specifically because you are getting a first appearance on this cover. All things are not equal, as you can see. You are not getting that other Harley on the other covers, like the 1 in 25, but it makes cover A, if you are investing, it makes cover A the cover to have. So then, we're done with Lunar. We are going to move into Diamond. I'm going to unshare that. Stop that screen. And we're going to jump right into Diamond. And we're going to cover everything else in Diamond. Marvel, the Indies, the whole nine. We already got a Diamond book pulled up, ready for you to kick it, ready for you to look at. Legend Fell from American Mythology, as you can see there on the screen. So then, a couple covers. I know what we like to do. Back order out of stock. Not going to go through all of them. Maybe, maybe not. However, I like the ones that we have here available. These are the ones that we ordered. Here is your Legend Fell cover E. You know what? Let's look at the Legend Fells. Like this book. So we're going to go to Awe, see what we come up with. All right. And that's what we're going to get. Legend Fell number 1, cover E. This is your dragon painted FOC cover. Let's see if we can't make this smaller. And we can. That is your dragon painted FOC cover. Legend Fell. Done. Doesn't want to tell me who did it. Let's assume James Kubrick. That is your cover E, Dragonfell FOC cover. Here's the one, another one that we like. It's also out of stock. This is your Century Edition cover. American Mythology does these Century Edition covers where they only print 100 copies. Period. They only print 100 copies. There are only 100 copies of this cover. It is already gone as well. That is your Century Edition cover. And then we have your D&D Homage cover. New D&D movie dropping. And then we have, finally, they're going to tell us who did this, your Marquez Adventure Awaits cover. Legend Fell from American Mythology. And then we have cover A. Cover A, your Spencer cover A. So then, this is written by S.A. Check, James Kubrick. Art, all of that, S.A. Check, James Kubrick. Epic fantasy arrives at American Mythology. There's an evil growing inside the kingdom of Shadow Rock. Death has found a home in the villages outside of the castle's mountainous walls, and King Eldros has put out a call to the greatest warriors of the realm. What he gets is a disgraced noble, a freelancer looking to repair his father's shattered legacy, a dwarf with a bad attitude, a thief looking to secure her place in the Midori, a caster, a greyheart, the last of his kind, and a boy looking to avenge his family after losing them to those who sleep below. It's sword and sorcery. The American Mythology way, part terror, part magic, all adventure. Can this mismatched group of adventurers learn to work together and find the one weapon that can stop this evil before the entire kingdom is lost? Join us on an epic journey into a bold new world of magic and monsters, brought to you by the comic company that myths call home. This issue comes with 4 covers, a main cover by concept artist Vincent Spencer, a homage variant by Buzz Hayson and Ken Haser, Adventure Awaits variant by Eliano Marquez, and a special Century Edition limited to just 100 printed, also by Hayson and Haser. Shout out to Ken Haser, by the way. Shout out to Ken Haser. That having been said, that is Legend Fell number 1 from American Mythology. And next, we go right into Boom, Boom, Shake, Shake, Shake the Room. Boom Studios. 2 books dropping from Boom. We like both of them. One of them might trip on us pulling it up. We shall see. Right out of Expanse, dope series that got canceled on Sci-Fi Television, picked up by Amazon Prime and continues. This is The Expanse, picked up by Boom. We got the first series of Expanse in 2021. We are getting another iteration of Expanse. This is Expanse, The Dragon Tooth. Number 1 from Boom. Boom, Shake the Room. Here you have your 1 per store unlockable by Christian Ward, always dropping a dope cover art fire. And then you have a 1 in 25 copy incentive done by Salvador LaRocca. You have your 1 in 10 copy incentive done by Yoon. And then you have your cover B done by E.M. Gist. And finally, cover A done by Christian Ward. So then, this is written by Andy Diggle, artist Rubine, cover artist Christian Ward, picking up after the final season of the acclaimed and beloved sci-fi series and filling in the missing years between The Expanse, Babylon's Ashes, and The Expanse, Persepolis Rising. The secret history of your favorite characters are revealed for the first time. Everything comes together in this epic 12-issue story, tying together the threads of the show and answering lingering questions that will bring readers and viewers alike far beyond the stellar horizon. Across this monumental maxi series, superstar comics writer Andy Diggle and artist Rubine broadens the Expanse universe in ways that will change how fans view the entire series forever. Purple triangle, this means back order, not stock. It is gone, gone, gone. That is Expanse, the Dragon Tooth, #1. And then we have, let's see if we can just do it this way. Something is Killing the Children, Slaughter Pack Bundle #5. However, for some reason, they don't like for us to be able to search for those. So we're just going to see if we can get Slaughter Pack Bundle. Bam. They let us do that. All right. So then we are looking for Slaughter Pack Bundle #5. And here it is. This is Something is Killing the Children, Slaughter Pack Bundle #5. We're going to get 5 covers with that. It is back order, not stocked as well. I'm going to show you those covers. They are all by David Mack. Let's make sure we are looking at. Yes, we are. They are all David Mack covers. Cutter. Really cool covers. That is your Slaughter Pack Bundle #5. You're getting 5 new David Mack covers. It's written by James Tynion IV. Artist were the Deladera. Cover artist for all these covers are David Mack. Terrified and without a prayer, Sonny faces a deadly hazing ritual. Can he survive on his own, or will the monster emerging from the dark be his end? Meanwhile, a long-awaited conversation between Jace and a woman with strange but familiar eyes reveals a past of interwoven fates and some new revelations. So this is going to cover issues 21 through 25 of Something is Killing the Children. These are not reprints. They would be considered second, or in some cases, third prints. Most cases, second prints. I believe one of them went back to print. I think 25, I believe, went back to print. So it will be a third print for 25 and second prints for 21 through 24 of Something is Killing the Children. That is Something is Killing the Children, Slaughter Pack from Boom. From IDW, we're just going to cover the TMNT books because Diamond hates letting me put in TMNT books. But before we do that, we got a book coming from IDW, a one-shot standalone special. You know the character. He's one of the oldest characters in comics. It is The Rocketeer. Yep, we got a new Rocketeer book coming from IDW. Looks really, really cool. Really, really cool. So let us find that. Here we go. We're going to go all on that. We want to get the correct one. We're going to take out the, because it's not a #1 issue. It's just a one-shot called Rocketeer, dropping in 3 weeks. If we don't find it, that's fine. Not really stressing pulling up the Rocketeer. It is dropping in 3 weeks. It's something that you want to have on your pull list. There's actually some really, really, really cool covers. Again, new Rocketeer book dropping from IDW. We're going to move along. Just going to cover the IDW books really quick because IDW is always very, very finicky trying to pull them up afterwards on Diamond. So from IDW, we also have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #139. Let me drop this, kick it with you for a second. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #139. Again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a book you want on your pull list. Every other issue is keys starting from like #95. Tons and tons and tons of keys. We have a second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle offerings. That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Armageddon Game #7. Getting ready to end the greatest epic crossover in the history of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're coming to an end with the Armageddon Game. And finally, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, The Lost Years has a director's cut. 2 of them. Black and white director's cut, A and B. There are 2 director's cuts for #1, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, The Lost Years director's cut. So that is IDW. Those who watch, you know how difficult it is sometimes to pull up IDW. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I want to get this show done so you guys can get on with your morning. That having been said, I'm going to pull Diamond back up. We're going to jump into Image Comics with the hottest Image comic to drop to date, 2022 through 2023. You know what it is. It's already optioned. It's not just optioned for a television show. It is optioned by Amazon Prime for an entire universe. This is 8 Billion Genies. We are talking the final issue. Don't leave it on the table. Do not leave 8 Billion Genies number 8 on the table. This is the final issue of 8 Billion Genies dropping from Image Comics. It has 3 covers. We are going to, they're only giving us 2 covers. There are 3 covers to issue number 8, an A cover, a B cover, a C cover. This is what I mean by Diamond. Sometimes it's very finicky. I specifically put in issue number 8. You would think it would be at the top of the list. Come on, Diamond. Here we go. Issue number 8. Here is your cover C, your Make-A-Wish cover done by Rosemary Soule. I believe might be a relative, perhaps spouse of Charles Soule. That is your cover C. Here is your cover B. And this is done by Paulo Rivera, 8 Billion Genies, issue number 8 of 8, cover B. And then we have your cover A, done by Ryan Brown. Cover A, 8 Billion Genies, written by Charles Soule, cover artist Ryan Brown. It is the miniseries finale. It is back order, not stocked. Make your phone calls. Call your people. The monumental ode to worldwide wish fulfillment completes its story with an exploration of the first 8 centuries after the moment 8 billion genies appeared on Earth. We'll see how the last remaining wishes get used and discover the fates of the characters we met at the Lampwick Tavern all that time ago. What's our wish? That shall see us through all the way to the end. This is 8 Billion Genies, number 8, covering 8 centuries of 8 billion wishes. A lot of story to tell on television and film for an 8 Billion Genies universe. 8 billion options. Understand why this was optioned? 8 billion of those options from Image Comics, 8 Billion Genies number 1. Next, we have Giant Kochu Image dropping another Caillou-esque series. This is Giant Kochu. This one is really belligerent. Something is up with these really belligerent Caillou type series. There's one in Dark Horse, just really belligerent, really crazy. So here is Giant Kochu number 1, done by our favorite cover artist, which you're not going to show us. Blank Sketch, the hardest working cover artist in comics. That is cover C. Then you have a cover B, done by Gary Brown. Gary, 2 R's. Gary Brown. That is your cover B. And then we have your cover A, done by Scott Koblish. This is the Giant Kochu, written by Jerry Duggan of the House of X fame. Cover artist Scott Koblish and artist Scott Koblish. The Despicable Deadpool team reunites to give the world the giant monster attack story that movies and TV are too squeamish to show you. This is a tale of woe about a monster with physical needs. It needs a restroom. It needs food too. And most unfortunately, it needs sexual satisfaction. The only thing standing in its way are the men and women of science. We're proudly flying our M rating for violence, mild gore, sexual situations, nudity, dudity, turds, comedy, drama, and some very tasteful swearing. This is Giant Kochu number 1, dropping from Image Comics, back order not stock. We got a preview game on deck. You already know. We gonna peep it. We gonna peep it. We gonna peep it. We gonna peep it. Nudity, dudity, tasteful sweat. Belligerent Caillou series. Next, from Image Comics, we have, well, Jeff Lemire. We know what Jeff Lemire did with Phantom Road. We like Jeff Lemire. We really like Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire is dope. Props to him. We have Phantom Road, number 1, second print, and went back to print. You already know what I'm going to say. And if you don't, if you're new, Well, you're going to learn. If you bought the first print, double down. Fortify your investment with the second print. Here is Phantom Road, #1, second print, gone back to print, purple triangle up out of there, already gone, back order not stock, which means I can't call Diamond and order more copies of this book. I can't go into this little computer here and order more copies of this book. Phantom Road, #1, second print from Jeff Lemire, Gabriel Hernandez Walter. Here is your Gabriel Hernandez Walter second print cover. So Dom is a long haul truck driver attempting to stay ahead of his tragic past. When he stops one night to assist Birdie, who has been in a massive car crash, they pull an artifact from the wreckage that throws their lives into fifth gear. Suddenly, a typical midnight run has become a frantic journey through a surreal world where Dom and Birdie find themselves the quarry of strange and impossible monsters. This is Phantom Road, #1, second print from Image Comics. And next, from Image Comics, the book that everyone's talking about. James Tynion might be burning himself out, in my opinion. Sometimes he phones it in. Not even kidding. Sometimes he writes some really dope stuff. Big fan of James Tynion. I'm not hating, keeping it real. Love Something Is Killing the Children. Certainly telephoned in. Read each issue of that book in like 4 minutes. Then you get A Nice House on the Lake, which you're going to be sitting there, scratching your head deep into the story. Just depends on which James Tynion, wants to. He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. Shout out to James Tynion. Shout out to Tiny Onion. We have the book that everyone has been hotly anticipating and talking about, especially those 1 in 100 homage covers. This is World Tree, #1. There's a Dynamic Forces CGC graded World Tree #1 already. Bunch of covers on this thing. 1 in 100 homage cover, really dope. All of the 1 in 100 covers are really dope. Here is your 1 in 100 Alvaro Martinez Bueno Nice House on the Lake homage cover of World Tree #1. Then we have your 1 in 75, which was added at the last minute by Peach Momoko. It was literally added Friday. Very last minute, 1 in 75. Then you have your 1 in 50 copy by Zoo Orzu. Really dope cover. Then we have your 1 in 25 copy incentive by the great Bill Sienkiewicz. And of course, your 1 in 10 copy incentive by Jenny Frisson. And you have your cover B by David Aja. And finally, cover A by Fernando Blanco. That is your cover A. Written by James Tynion IV, artist Fernando Blanco, and Jordi Belair, cover artist Fernando Blanco. In 1999, Gabriel and his friends discovered the Undernet, a secret architecture to the internet. They chartered their explanation on a message board called World Tree. When they lost control, someone broke into World Tree, someone who welcomed the violent hold the Undernet had on them. At great personal cost, Gabriel and others thought they sealed the Undernet away for good. They were wrong. And now they will know the meaning of fear, PH34R. The next major horror outing from multiple Eisner Award-winning writer James Tynion IV, along with Eisner-winning colorist Jordi Belair and Eisner-nominated letterer Adifa Bikar, begins here. Also, Fernando Blanco, don't want to leave him out. The artist on that thing. We have a preview game, so we're going to peep it. Getting some black and grays with some reds thrown in it. This is very stark. A very, very, very stark, really dope artistic style, dope presentation for this particular comic. World Tree, highly and hotly anticipated World Tree coming from James Tynion to the fourth. Next, from Mad Cave, we have Exorcists Never Die from Mad Cave Studios. Could this be the next Nottingham? Any book dropping from Mad Cave Studios. #1, you don't want to leave them on the table. Mad Cave's doing some really cool stuff by sending advanced reader copies of a lot of their new books. That's what we're doing. Oh. I might want to spell it right. Exorcist Never Die, #1 from Mad Cave. Also, back order not stock. We have 2 covers. Here is your cover B, done by Paul Fry. Exorcist Never Die, cover B, Paul Fry. And then we have your A cover. and that is done by Sebastian Perez. That is your A cover of Exorcist Never Dies, written by Steve Orlando, artist, cover artist Sebastian Perez. Sid Miller and Ellen Blair are the world's 2 premier combat exorcists. The only problem, after a nuclear breakup years ago, they can't stand each other. But when the biggest soul auction in history kicks off beneath Los Angeles, Sid and Ellen have no choice but to come together to raid the Hell Scraper, an inferno tower going straight down into the earth with thousands of souls on the line. Sid and Ellen must fight their way to the bottom or die trying. Back order not stock. Steve Orlando writing all of the dope 2099 stuff, the mythos coming from Marvel. He did that really dope Spider-Man 2099 series that sets the stage for anyone to pick up the torch and really work in that Spider-Man 2099 universe. Really enjoyed Steve Orlando in 2022 going into 2023. So I'm on board for this book. Exorcist Never Dies. At least I'm going to check it out. I'm going to read the first issue. Exorcists Never Die, coming from Mad Cave. And finally, for the indie outing, last book from the indies, and we jump into Marvel, we have Parting Ways, #1 from Scout. Parting Ways, #1 from Scout has 1 cover, back order not stocked. It is done by Rubine Cubiles. That is your cover A and only cover. It is a non-stop book. That is why it has only cover. We like non-stop books. I'm going to tell you why. We like non-stop books. It is written by Alex Schirkenbach, artist Gustavo Novaes, and cover artist Rubine Cubiles. Non-stop. Gabriella is an immigrant with aspirations of achieving her own American dream. Brandon is an army medic with his sights set on becoming a doctor. These 2 optimistic and determined souls should be the perfect match. But doubts and fate confront them at every turn. When each experiences their personal ambitions conflicting with shared dreams, will their love survive? Parting Ways is a romantic drama that challenges expectations about young love as this unique couple navigate who they are, both as individuals and as partners. Non-stop. That means you're only getting 1 issue of the comic, then the rest will be released in trade, paperback, graphic novel iteration. This is why we like nonstop. If for some stretch of fate, this book is optioned, picked up, shows up somewhere in some other form of media, i.e. animation, television, what have you, the larger public will certainly be able to track down the trade paperbacks. That's probably what they'll be looking for. We as collector investors know that there is a comic iteration. It is the first appearance of all of these characters. There is only 1 issue. That is why we like nonstop books. We're going to have that first issue in our collection. We're going to put it in a box. We're going to forget about it. If it does something, cool. If it does nothing, cool. It costs us cover price. So that is what it is. Your Parting Ways, #1 from Scout Comics. And we are going to move into Marvel Comics. A lot of comics is people in the community already know the speeches. It's always the same. If you are new, you'll learn. You'll pick it up. From Marvel Comics, we have Avengers Assemble Omega, #1. We like #1 issues. This is Avengers Assemble Omega #1. It was an end. Avengers Assemble Omega #1. We got a bunch of covers for this thing. We got your Alex Ross Timeless 1 in 100 incentive copy featuring Galactus. Not Galactus, but Galactus. There is your Alex Ross Virgin Timeless. And then we have your Icon variant featuring Shang-Chi done by Stefano Caselli. This is your Icon variant cover. And then we have your Steve Skroce variant cover. Really cool. Really, really cool cover. And then we have your Aaron Cooter wraparound cover featuring tons of Avengers and featuring that's your cover A, but featuring a Celestial, what appears to be a Celestial in the background. So then, written by Jason Aaron, probably the final issue of his brilliant 5-year run. Artist Javier Garrón and various cover artist Aaron Cooter. Avengers Assemble, the final chapter, the grand oversized finale of the most epic battle in the history of Earth's mightiest heroes, along with being the final issue of Jason Aaron's 5-year Avengers run. This features an all-star cavalcade of artists, a veritable smorgasbord of Avengers, and a few last emotional gut punches in the mighty Marvel manner. Yo, Shout out to Jason Aaron. A definitive run on Avengers. We got Avengers Forever. We got tons of Avengers. We got the greatest iteration of Avengers we've ever seen in Avengers Forever. Probably the greatest iteration of Doctor Doom we've ever seen across Jason Aaron's run. Really dope. We got to see some really dope things come out of Jason Aaron's run. Definitive run. Should have every issue of Avengers Forever. Next, we have Captain America Unforgiven, next iteration in the Unforgiven series where our heroes are fighting vampires. Spider-Man Unforgiven was the first one. Second iteration is Captain America. Captain America Unforgiven. Always making a mistake here. Forgot the N. That's what we did. Captain America Unforgiven, number 1. Here is your E.M. Gist variant. Really dope cover. Really dope cover. That is your E.M. Gist variant. And next, we have your cover A, done by Kyle Hotz. Getting a lot more work at Marvel, by the way. Written by Tim Seeley, artist Sid Codian, cover artist Kyle Hotz. Captain America Vampire Hunter? Question mark. The Forgiven have lost their way. Defeat after defeat has made them bitter and bloodthirsty, and they are starting to like it. Can Captain America bring them back into the light, or will they give in to their darker natures? Witness the thrilling conclusion to the Unforgiven saga if you dare. This is Captain America Unforgiven, number 1. Next, Hellcat, number 2. We like this book. Hellcat, number 1, gave us a first appearance of the Sleepwalker Collective, a full page of all of the Sleepwalkers. Some will call that a first appearance. Some will call that a cameo appearance. We don't debate it. We just get them both. Just have them both when you're talking about a modern book. This isn't Hulk 181 and 182 where you have to debate it. This isn't Uncanny X-Men number 266 and X-Men Annual number 14 where you have to debate it. It is a modern book. Just get them both. Make sure you have Hellcat number 2 in case they call Hellcat number 1, first appearance of the Sleepwalker Collective, a cameo. Then you have both of them at cover price modern books. Here is your Phil Noto old school Hellcat variant. And then we have your Chrissy Zullo Hellcat variant. We have your 1 in 25 copy Pablo Villalobos 25 copy incentive. And then we have, this is my favorite cover right now, your Pere Perez cover. Really dope cover. Love those black covers. Love the spotlight. Love it. That is actually cover A. That is written by Christopher Cantwell, artist Alec Lins, cover artist Pere Perez. Hellcat has been accused of murdering her new love, but as she seeks a clearer name, the mystery only deepens with the Sleepwalker on the scene. As her investigation continues, Patsy uncovers even more bizarre layers to the crime and a far greater evil than she could have ever imagined lurking in the shadows. A far greater evil than she could have ever imagined lurking in the shadows. Could this be a new villain, a new character? We know we're going to get the Sleepwalkers as a collective. Could this be a new villain? Who knows? That's why we don't leave it on the table. This is how we spec. It is pure speculation. Next, subsequent print, double down. If you bought the first print, double down. Predator number 1, second print. We like second prints. If you look at the history of subsequent prints, there's a reason why we like second prints. This book is your Bjorn Barron's second print. The reason why is, well, consider New Ages of Atlas number 1, second, and third print. Consider all of the subsequent prints of Something is Killing the Children investment value if you left them on the table. Consider your Captain Marvel number 17s. You're not even going to find that at a price you could just reach into your pocket and throw cash at it. You're not finding it. That is why we like to not leave second prints on the table if we invested in the first print. This is your Bjorn Barron's cover A, Predator number 1, second print. We've already seen this. They didn't change the cover at all. Written by Ed Brisson, artist Netho Diaz, cover artist Bjorn Barron's. Fear is reborn. On a planet far from Earth, 8 strangers find themselves in a deadly game. But this time, the predators aren't the only ones on the hunt. Someone has the Yautja in their sights, and they've been searching for this game preserve for a long time. Ed Brisson and Netho Diaz kicks off an explosive new series that will turn everything you thought you knew about predators on its head. Predator number 1, second print. She-Hulk number 12. We like this book. We just got the first appearance of Scoundrel in She-Hulk number 11. We like number 12 because we are at a milestone. She-Hulk number 12 is a milestone. Here is your 100 copy incentive done by Ji-Hung Lee. Dope 100 copy incentive. Big milestone issue for She-Hulk. Big milestone. It is the 175th issue of She-Hulk. Here is your Ji-Hung Lee trade dress. And next, we have your Women of Marvel Elena Casagrande variant. Diesel She-Hulk. We have your Patrick Gleason cover just revealed Friday variant. And finally, we have your cover A done by Jen Bartel. Written by Rainbow Roll artist Andreas Ginolette, cover artist Jen Bartel. She-Hulk reaches a landmark 175th issue. Not only does She-Hulk herself find herself face-to-face with a brand new villain, Scoundrel, but she also puts her whole law practice in danger. All this plus bonus stories that will have people talking. We like milestones and monumental issues. She-Hulk 175, big issue, big book. Don't leave it on the table. And finally, a book that we're probably going to be calling our Key of the Week. Probably, we think it's going to be competing with World Tree. If not for sales, certainly for importance. Warlock Rebirth. First appearance of Eve Warlock. Confirmed. Warlock Rebirth number 1. First appearance of Eve Warlock. Tons of covers on this book. Dynamic forces options on this book already gone. Warlock Rebirth. So then, we're going to start off with your 1 in 100 copy Alex Ross Thanos incentive. Of course, you want to have Thanos in the mix. Here's your Alex Ross Timeless Virgin variant featuring Thanos on that cover. Here is your Alan Davis variant featuring Pip, Nebula, and Warlock. Here is your Howard the Duck Ron Lim variant. Of course, you would like to have a Ron Lim. You got to have Ron Lim. We just need Jim Shooter. And here is your 1 in 25 Jim Chung variant. That's really cool cover. And here is your cover A. Ron Lim, artist and cover artist of Warlock Rebirth. Writer Ron Mars. Adam Warlock was created to be the perfect human specimen. Since then, Adam has gone on to be a cosmic savior, defending the galaxy from the likes of Thanos, the Universal Church of Truth, and the Magus. But what will happen when the next evolution of Warlock emerges? Someone who is stronger, faster, and smarter than Adam. Don't miss this untold story of Adam Warlock in the Infinity Watch as Ron Mars and Ron Lim introduce a new character that will forever impact Warlock's legacy. First appearance of Eve Warlock. Easy spec on this one. They tell us. But what will happen when the next evolution of Warlock emerges? Someone who is stronger, faster, and smarter. Then they tell us that they introduce a new character that will forever impact Warlock's legacy. We're going to stop sharing the screen. Shout out to Patrick Hickey Jr. from Legacy Comics. Check out Legacy Comics on Instagram. Check out Legacy Comics Facebook page. Check out Young Condry. Check out Condry. We always love when comic creators jump into the room, show us support. We show them love. We love them. Shout out to Patrick Hickey Jr. Shout out to Legacy Comics. Shout out to everyone that's in the room, the Comics Sense Crowd community crew. You heard it. We like that Warlock book. We like the first appearance of Eve Warlock. We said it. Make your phone calls. Call your people. That is what it is. It is early. It is early. Y'all got to go to work. Y'all got to do whatever it is you do. School, work. You had your coffee. You had your dose of comic sense. You had your focus. Final order cutoff. Uncanny Spec. This has been a Comic Sense production. It is a Shut Up-ish production. As always, I am Issue X. I'm going to go ahead and shut up.